up? Been busy. We got married. I went on a honeymoon to Canada. If you haven't seen the blog post, go check them out. Pretty sweet pictures came back from that trip. We've been getting kind of busy on the bus here, getting back into it and moving everything into my house and getting Rachel out of the apartment. And we've been kind of busy, so it hasn't really looked like a lot. But I'm just gonna take you on a little halfway tour. We've had the bus for a year, and we're about halfway done. We're 50% done, basically, on everything we need to get done. And so I'll kind of give you a tour and let you check it out. So first up, I'm almost done with the upper cabinets. Obviously, they still have to be sealed, put handles on them and all that. But they are up. They are secure. As you can see right here, we've got our kitchen light up underneath there that it's kind of hard to see with the daylight. But that switch is there, and then the reading lights are right here. We'll have another one right over there on that wall once all the wiring's ran over there. Obviously, you can see my back wall back here. We're going to put pallet wood up to block that space. We still have to insulate it and take all the wiring out that's not supposed to be there and add any of the wiring that we want to be there to power any of the stuff we need on that side. And then after that's done, we'll have something covering up the empty space where all the wires run through. Down here on the end of the bed, down at the footboard, we have added in cubbies. You can kind of see them right there to store whatever. We're probably going to use that for like dirty clothes, soft goods that we can get out of the way. We haven't decided if we're just going to leave them cubbies like that or if we're going to put actual hinged doors on them, but we'll see. But I'm pretty happy with how those turned out. The area under the sink has gotten a lot of changes probably since the last time anybody's seen it. You can see I moved the inverter and the charge controller back over here to the right side away from all the water. All those connections on the side there using waterproof shrink wrap and then the waterproof breakers and all that, all from the marine store. So they're good to go in case something happens. And I've kind of tried to partition as much of that off as I can. The waistline will just go straight down through there, so there won't be any routing of any more lines than that. Been working on cabinet doors still. Work in progress, obviously. And then I think that's about all. That the door is fairly new, and there's a little bit of B-roll probably that you've seen of the door going in, and it still needs to be finished up and trimmed out and all that. But so far that's been really good, so much better than the bus doors. I'm very happy about that. So this area right here, behind there'll be a table here at some point mounted to that wall, and then with a leg down here. But that wall right there will be all pallet wood. Basically anything metal like this tin metal that makes the walls of the bus. If it's not already covered up, it will be. So there's really not anywhere else on the bus. Potentially behind the fridge back here, we still have to secure the fridge down somehow. We haven't quite figured out how to do that just yet. But there will be pallet wood behind that to kind of cover that up and give us a little bit of a windowsill if we decide to put something over there. The fuse wiring area is kind of a rat's nest right now. Just making sure that all of our systems work before we tidy up any of the wiring and get anything put into wiring loom or into zip ties. So it's kind of a mess. I added this wonderful little LED strip light, which was a gift from one of my neighbors down the road, which was awesome and very much appreciated. It's made working in there a whole lot easier. And the only real switch that we have wired up in there is the overhead lighting. Over the top that lights up plenty of the inside here, and obviously that fuse box right there controls all of our 12 volt. So the fridge, the water pump, all of the lighting inside, and the rear kind of garage lights run off of that as well. And then back up in there you see a bunch of the bus stuff that most of it's not even used anymore, but it's easier to leave it up there than to tear it all out and risk messing up a blinker or something and having to trace that back. So this area right here next to the fuse box is where I'm planning on putting a lot of the switches. Right now, I don't know if you can see that right there. That's the switch for the rear, for the garage lights, the backup lights, the campground lights, whatever you want to call them, the KC highlights that are back there on the back wall. Those are mounted right there, and it's just a simple toggle switch. But I'm thinking of putting the switches for the overhead lights, switches for the water pump, all of that. Kind of along here, and any kind of metering that we do for the charge controller, inverter, any of that, we'll put right there as well, and kind of be the tech center, and maybe just put some kind of a box or a cover on that. If you have any input on that, feel free to comment. Let's take a look outside. Check out the sweet door with a lock. So there's nothing really too, it's hard to see in the bright daylight like that, but there's really nothing to the 2x4 construction on the door. Chiseled out the hinges. I've kind of got the temporary plywood down there before I fill that in, and encase the whole thing in plywood. There won't be an actual bus step there. When you go around to the back, apologize for the wind, it's a little windy out here. You'll see our highlights on the back, and I'll post some video or some pictures of those in use during the evening time, so you can kind of see how much they light up. They're kind of impressive for the size. And then you can see the bike rack. You've probably already seen that in previous videos. It's ready to go. I think we're going to go to Northwest Arkansas this weekend and put those to good use with the two new bikes we've got. They use the fork adapters on there, so we'll see how that works out.
Take your shoes off, let your hair down. Time for you to get away. Don't you worry about tomorrow.
That's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys watching. This is we're kind of getting the hang of the whole YouTube thing. Trying to video as we go. It's hard to get progress into videos when you get working and you kind of get caught up and you don't want to stop and take videos. So we're still working on that. We appreciate the patience, and if you could subscribe, it can only get better from here. So please subscribe. Check us out on our website. We've got a whole redone website, OKIENOMADS.com. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Leave a comment, email, anything like that. We appreciate that very much. Go check us out on Instagram. We're on Facebook as individuals, but most of our stuff happens on Instagram. Please go check that out, and let us know what you think. If you want to see more of a certain type of content, have any questions about the bus, bus living, anything like that, holler at us, and we will be glad to help you any way that we can. One more thing before we go, forgot to mention this. If you are a brand that wants to work with tiny house dwellers, bus life dwellers, people that are living this dream or trying to in the process of building it out, let us know. We are always looking forward to working with brands, especially if you're an Oklahoma brand. Please reach out. We would love to do product reviews, any kind of marketing work, whether it be stills, video, anything like that. We would love to help you out with that. And if it comes down to product testing, we can do product testing for you if you have something in the development stage. Holler at us and let us know so we can put it to use on the road. And then we will report back and give you either a full review or a full breakdown of what we didn't like, what we liked, whether we would use it again, whether we would pay for it, that kind of thing. Please reach out. We'd love to work with you, and we look forward to talking to you.
Or you're gonna miss